So the first press conference between Canelo and Terence Crawford had just recently happened. And it took place in Saudi Arabia. And while that took place, a lot of content creators couldn't wait to make videos about what took place. What was said, how would they match up, what Turkey said, and everything else. I'm just going to give my opinion on certain things, right? Because I see a lot of people, they either upset or happy with whatever Turkey said as far as with the Tom and Jerry comparisons that he was saying about boxers. So you have people thinking that Crawford is going to be Jerry and Canelo is going to be Tom. I don't think Turkey was even referring to those guys, personally. Now, I know they said the ring size is a little bit smaller than usual. I said 18 by 18, but that's not really fucking small, in my opinion. Not for those guys at that size, you know what I'm saying? Maybe for somebody like heavyweights, that could be, like for a big fight. But other than that, I don't see that the problem. Now, let me go to the Tom and Jerry comparison. Where people like to say certain fighters like to run. I don't take that as some type of disrespect, right? When it comes to somebody running, moving around and stuff. Because if you really want to dig deep inside of it, Jerry always outsmarted Tom. Despite if Tom was chasing him or not. Jerry, if you look at the cartoon, always had a one-up on Tom. He would outsmart him, and he would beat Tom basically at his own game. Oh, I'll let you chase me around. I'm just gonna let you run into some shit. So that's how you gotta look at it, for one. Jerry is smart. I'm not saying Tom is dumb, but Tom was too greedy. He was too greedy going after something, trying his best to get it, but always falls short. So that's what I'm gonna say as far as that Tom and Jerry comparison. If you want to talk about Tom and Jerry or cats running or whatever, just remember that Jerry outsmarted Tom. So another thing people like to talk about is the whole height situation. That Canelo put on some shoes to make himself look taller than Terence or Bud or whatever. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about who's taller. Canelo always fought bigger fighters. What the fuck is putting on some shoes to make himself look bigger gotta do anything? At the end of the day, none of that shit really matters. When they get in the ring, the height isn't going to play a role into the whole situation. What it comes down to is the skills of boxing. Because like I said, both of these guys fought taller fighters. Both of these guys fought shorter fighters. Both of these guys fought bigger fighters. Both of these guys fought smaller fighters. It doesn't fucking matter. It comes down to who is more prepared the night of the fight. And it's going to show. And also it takes a little luck either way. Whether somebody get the knockout or not, sometimes it just might be a fighter's night. Sometimes things like that happen. But taking this whole height situation and making content out of it. Oh man, he's short. He got to put this on to make himself look bigger. Oh yeah, he's like, really. And the people that fall for that, this shit is fucking laughable. Really laughable at the end of the day. Now, the one thing I will say I do like about the press conference is that both of these guys didn't seem to back down. You know what I'm saying? They said what they had to say. You know, Canelo said Crawford ain't gonna win this fight. Crawford said those belts are coming home with me. That's some competitive spirit right there. And all I'm gonna say is this. We already know Crawford is the smaller guy moving up 2 weight divisions. I don't want to hear any excuses either way. Canelo loses, I don't want to hear no excuses. Crawford loses, I don't want to hear excuses. The only way I can say there's something that has to be involved as far as the excuses, if one of these motherfuckers pop dirty or cheat in some type of way, somehow get an advantage illegally, then there's, I don't mind the excuses, because if somebody gotta, use some performance enhancement to really get the win, then they fucked up. Now we know Canelo popped before. We definitely know that. And then we also know a lot of people like to make the assumption that Terrence Crawford is on something. They like to make the assumption that he's on something, all because he works with Victor Conte. But at the end of the day, the man never popped for anything. But we still got those people that like to make the assumption. So I'm going to say is this, man. Crawford wins. I don't want to hear nobody talking about Canelo slow down, especially when y'all were 100% positive that Canelo was going to stop Crawford after he fought Madrimov. Remember when he beat Madrimov? I hear some people talking about Madrimov really beat Bud. Out of your, these dudes are just be talking out the side of their damn mouths, because Crawford been calling out Canelo. They want to protect their favorite fighter by critiquing his performance. But then those same people, at least some of them, started backtracking after Canelo performance against William School by trying to say, oh, he got old overnight. That's the only reason why Crawford picked the fighter. Man, y'all need to stop the nonsense, because I don't want to hear any excuses. Just like I don't want to hear any excuses the other way around. If Canelo beats Crawford, I don't want to hear, well, Crawford had to move up. Listen, he asked for the fight. He got the fight. And if he loses, I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear any excuses of saying Crawford was, he slowed down. He's too old. Even though Crawford is the older man. And I do understand people can get old overnight. But right now, you're looking to see these guys make the fight happen. Hopefully it'll be a good fight. Look, I'm going to pull for Bud in this fight. And I know a lot of people going to pull for Canelo. I just want to see a fight happen. Terrence Crawford has a chance to make history by going 3 times undisputed. And if he pulls this off, I don't want to hear any excuses, especially from, internet articles like Boxing News 24, who tend to make excuses every time Bud crushes their dreams. Remember, before Bud beat the mess out of Errol Spence, you had these so-called writers like Christopher Williams saying that Errol Spence was going to destroy Bud Crawford, only to turn around to make every conspiracy theory in the book about why Errol Spence lost by saying he was weight draining, car crash, and all the other stuff. But before the fight, none of those excuses came out. But anyway, man, this is Bold and Understanding. Signing off. Peace.